What's up, friends? It's Asia Jade here.
It's VegasWayne. Welcome to the social media show.
Yes, we are at VegasWayne Studios. So technology has pretty much taken a turn for the past couple of months. We've seen like developments of the drone. iPhone came out with 8. Yep. And also we're starting to see a little bit more currency with, the crypto world going on with Bitcoin and some of the bigger
People are starting to talk about it now.
We were talking earlier
a little bit
about the death of text messages and how it's now even becoming impersonal.
Yes, text messages used to be somewhere you used to go to have the most, sometimes the most intimate conversations with some of the most beloved people in your lives.
I talked to my mom.
Exactly. Used to, people find out some pretty bad news sometimes in text messages. I don't know.
Which is the worst, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now the advertisers are getting in there. People they're in there with their crowbar, and they're definitely taking over that part of your screen.
Absolutely.
So I think people are going to be adjusting. People are going to be going to new technologies to have those conversations. And we're going to see the death of the text message. I really do.
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think it started mainly with Facebook Messenger being able to literally go in between any app now.
Right, exactly.
You're now able to pay people on there. Like with apps such as Venmo or InCash app.
Right.
Like now people can do it directly through Facebook.
Right, exactly. And then Apple coming out with theirs in the next iOS update, which is going to be a game changer because everybody's going to be I'll be paying you back and forth. Everybody's going to be paying each other through Apple Pay.
And all you're going to have to do is probably just bump your phone together. I would assume, like the bump that.
No, it just goes through your text message.
Really?
It's just going to go right through text message. It's amazing.
Wow, that's nuts.
Or it'll be through another app or something. Whatever keeps developing, and we got.
Well, speaking of development, we are starting to see a lot of talk about net neutrality.
Yes.
And it's kind of creepy what's going on with it.
Yeah.
And it's
all coming to head. What people have been saying for a long time.
Yeah.
Again, with the Bitcoin, all these things that people have been talking about in the last 5 years. I mean, really, that's been the rumblings, 5, 7, 10 years. All these things that people have been sort of shunning off to the side as nothing that really matters is all of a sudden mattering a lot. In a big ways. Big ways. It's affecting people.
They're voting on that. And we have a lot of supporters, over 200 companies. I mean, there's more of I would say the social apps like Snapchat, the big monopolizers like Microsoft, Amazon, they're for net neutrality.
Of course. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what that is, net neutrality is what keeps the internet free. It allows us to share our information instantaneously through everyone without having to pay premiums or having to pay a bill every month
Think of
to
the
use a service.
The word's in there. The net, it keeps it neutral for everyone.
For everyone.
It makes it more like a telephone service, or
Absolutely.
It's a standard utility that you need in your life to communicate in the world.
Absolutely.
Nowadays. That's what it is. That's what it's evolved into being.
Yep, and that's our progression at the end.
Exactly. And these companies are getting involved in passing bills and things like that in the behind the scenes that are now going to take all that away.
Yep.
Basically.
They're going to rip the rug from underneath us, and that's very scary.
Yeah.
Because now you may think that it doesn't affect you, but it will eventually.
The things that they have sort of taught us over time to do, like create content and push the content out there and get it to Facebook and all this stuff, is now what they're like, well, shit, now we have a huge data problem that we need to fix, and somebody needs to pay.
And someone has to pay this.
That's all it is.
YouTube over there, get over here in this office.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, we have a bill for you, and someone needs to pay it, basically.
Absolutely. And this is something it's going to affect even small businesses.
Yes. Yeah.
Majorly small businesses because they're not going to be able to pay these premiums.
Well, social influencers are going to be hit hard, I would imagine.
Absolutely. They're going to see a huge decrease in that probably in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So if you're starting your YouTube channel now, you might want to wait. Just saying.
Because it's going to be hard for you to get your content out now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, think about it. Simply uploading stuff now is going to probably count against your data caps. I don't know. We don't know where this is going to go, but these are the things that could happen. So.
Yeah, and the reason why they're starting to do this, if you guys have ever noticed when you've had, I had Verizon for the longest time, they just went through a reform where they had to pay users because they were throttling their data.
Right, I think AT&T did the same.
AT&T just went through the same thing. Right, so by throttling your data, that means that they're actually allowed to take content and slow it down.
And
you still keep
without net neutrality, they lost that. They
lost that right.
They lost those rights, and they lost that lawsuit, and people got their money back.
People got their money back.
But guess what? Net neutrality.
Net neutrality keeps that even. No, you're not going to get that with that. What happens with that is it's going to start affecting the consumers. It's going to start affecting a lot in marketing because now they have to target it to not only corporations, because this is kind of like the corporate playground right now.
Yeah, like you not only can you not afford your Netflix subscription, say that 9 times fast. But yeah, but now you're gonna have to pay I see it going into this. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm hoping that it's not passed, but I see people like you're gonna have to pay your telephone, your cell phone. You're gonna have to pay certain access to get to Netflix, and you're gonna have that at home with your cable modem. You're gonna be on certain tiers. Like, do I want to stream at home? Like, if you don't, then if all you want to do is surf at home, guess what? You're not going to be able to Netflix and chill at home.
No.
All of a sudden, until you call your cable company and say, "Hey, I need a little more data. I have a date coming over or something." Exactly. I don't know how that works, but
I don't know how that works.
But that's the type of world we're going to.
They're rationing. They're rationing our data. That's what they're planning on doing. John Oliver actually predicted this. He saw trends in the media, and this was 3 years ago? 3-4 years ago, and now it's happening.
Both in video and in broadband, we don't compete with Time Warner. You have to start with that very fundamental point. They're in New York, we're in Philadelphia, they're in LA, we're in San Francisco. You can't buy a Comcast in New York, you can't buy a Time Warner in Philadelphia. So there's no reduction in competition.
Exactly. You can't reduce competition when nobody is competing. You could not be describing a monopoly more clearly if you were wearing a metal top hat while driving a metal car after winning second prize in a beauty contest.
So he has a site called dearfcc.org. If you're passionate about it and you want to keep your internet free, definitely go to that site. It's right here.
I don't even think you need to be passionate about keeping your internet, like just keeping money in your pocket.
Keeping
other people out of your pocket that have been out of your pocket this whole time, and now all of a sudden you want to reach in.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Absolutely. It just takes a moment. Just do something. Read into it before you post on Instagram or
because
Facebook.
a lot of people post about that and they don't know what they're talking about.
No, they don't. And you know what?
Which is good. I understand. Like, you're helping the fight. It was awesome. But go find out 30 seconds of information.
Just read a little.
Understand how much it really affects you.
Because it will.
Because I see people commenting and they're just like
they don't know what's going on.
They're brushing it off to the side and they're getting more involved in something else that doesn't really matter again. And this is going to affect us years down the road. So.
It's already affecting us. The reason why that we are just now seeing this has been going on for years. But now it's becoming a problem to us because it's actually being released to the public. Now, don't let government happenings control your life right now. It's important because we have Donald Trump, who a lot of people oppose. Yes. But at the same time, there are bills being passed underneath our noses.
There are much worse things happening.
Worse things happening than Donald Trump being our president. Believe me. Yeah. I mean,
that will affect you for years after he's dead.
After he's dead, and your children's children. So pay attention to what you're reading and what you're posting.
Don't just read the highlight.
Don't read the highlights
or the headline.
Go in. Let's start being smart, guys. That's kind of a part of gaining knowledge. And you'll help yourself in the future. So then we also covered the death of text messaging, and
how it's just going to be another avenue for you to get marketing. Basically, just another marketing avenue for advertisers out there.
I feel it. It's like a telemarketer, but now they're infiltrating text, and I think that's worse.
Yeah.
For me though, because I answer text. I don't have to answer calls, but text, it's like, oh my god, they see me.
And you just know, your phone buzzes and everything, but you just know, your phone, a text message. Oh, that's a text message. I know I need to check that. Now, guess what? Now it's an advertisement for discount tires. You don't even know.
I don't even know how you got my number.
Yeah, exactly. How did you get my information? But,
absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us. I'm the Asia Jade.
I'm VegasWayne.
And don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. We'd like to hear your thoughts, especially about net neutrality. This is something that's coming up, and it affects us all, whether you believe it or not. Thanks, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you next time.